Welcome back to Runiverse. I'm Andrew, and today I'm opening a Kickstarter booster box of Sorcery Contested Realm. I previously did an opening of the starter deck box, which has the 4 fixed pre-constructed decks as well as 1 booster pack. So check out that video to see what cool fun rare I got out of that pack. And thank you to the commenter who was worried about whether I sleeved it. It is sleeved. But let's get into a booster box here. We've got the Sorcery branded plastic wrap here. There's Sorcery directly on there. And I don't know all the hits. I mean, I guess the cores are pretty good. Here's a fun mage hand something symbol. I have to de-sticker this, ruining all the value of the sealed box. Hopefully there's something worthwhile inside, because now it's void. And see if I can get it to pop up and look cool like that. And here we got a box topper, sorcerer, a foil. I don't know what if this is fixed and what is randomized. Let's see if I can, oh, that's a pretty easy tear away. Just keep the tearing away from the cards. And let's see, so we got the foil sorcerer, a foil winter river. Oh, this is a card that I was kind of complaining about wanting a winter river, because there's a river of the other 3 seasons in one of the pre-constructed decks. So here's a foil winter river. We got a critical strike, non-foil, Syrian Templar, some more rubble, and an artist's card listing the artists of the game. Big thank you to the extraordinary artists of sorcery. All artists retain copyright of their work. And let's see, how many booster packs? This feels like a 36er. We got 4, 8, 12, 13. Oh, the Kickstarter boxes got extra packs, didn't they? 4, 8, 12, 13. I do read all the Kickstarter updates, but I don't necessarily remember them all. And 4, 8, 12, 13. But I do vaguely remember that they're going to add some extra boosters into the Kickstarter boxes. So we got 39 to go through here. So let's get started. Let's see, is there a sequence I should be doing? This is exceptional, so I think that is uncommon. So I think it was uncommon, 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 rare. So if I do that, is that gonna do it? An ordinary porcupine pufferfish, cave trolls, scarecrow, bury, plumed pegasus, wall of air, wall of ice, palaburi bats, airborne and burrowing, interesting, rimland nomads, entangle terrain. We have a site, the dark tower, and then our exceptional bane widow, wildfire, fireball, and an elite monument to common conviction, belfry. At the end of your turn, untap all nearby allies. I honestly don't remember the benefit of untapping at the end of your turn. I guess you can defend. Okay, so if someone else attacks, you can send your units in to defend there. Pack number 2. We'll slide these to the back. First, looks like we got an exceptional site. Oh, and an avatar. So looking ahead at the card backs there. Wall of ice, exorcism, rain of arrows, fade. Give an allied minion stealth. If it occupies an enemy site, draw a card. It's kind of cool. Swan maidens, Belmont longbowmen, deep sea mermaids, porcupine pufferfish, cave trolls, scarecrow, simple village. I think I got a bunch of those already. And undertow, an exceptional site here. Genesis, staying within this body of water, move target unit 1 step. So when you play this, you can move 1 unit once, as long as they're moving somewhere within a connected, contiguous area of water connected to this undertow. That's a pretty cool effect. I also appreciate how they pulled off some pretty thematic abilities with a pretty low word count. I mean, it's not like technical writing, but it's also like pretty clear what's going on, I think. So that's nice. Got Scavenging Fiend, Another site, the Updraft Ridge. Airborne minions atop Updraft Ridge have movement +1. So if they start here, they can move an extra space. And Enchantress. Ooh, I really like this artwork on Enchantress. Tap, player draw a site. Whenever you cast a spell, you may animate target aura until your next turn. It's an aura minion with power equal to its cost. All right, I like it. It's pretty cool. I really like that picture as well. Pack number 3. After this, I'll be 1/13 of the way done. Slide some cards to the back. We've got Unravel, Wild Boars, Midnight Rogue, Pit Vipers, Polar Bears, Swan Maidens, Vile Imp, Tufted Turtles, Blizzard, Riptide, the Spring River. Look at the next spell you may put in the bottom of your spell book. Poisonous Dagger, the bearer has lethal, Ruins, Fire, and Air. Nice. We have Accursed Albatross and the Sneak Thief. Elite Mortal Burgles and Borrows. So he costs 2 to power Stealth. Tap, steal an artifact out of the hands of another target unit here, and stay stealthed. Okay, so somebody has to be carrying the artifact. He's got a tap, so he seems like he's got some hoops to jump through. I also wonder what steal means here. So I was just complimenting their brief word choice, but does that mean he is now carrying it? Because artifacts can be held or just drop. They can just be like on the floor, or they can be in somebody's hands. So I imagine he's taking it from one unit's hands into his own hands, basically there. And in fact, that must be what it means, because I don't know what else steal would mean. I don't know. Well, there's definitely the concept of control in the game. Like the king lets you control mortals, for example, but artifacts can be carried by whoever finds them. So I don't think whoever picks them up. So I don't think we're like gaining control of an artifact. We're just carrying it and using it. You don't have to control it for that. That's my guess. Berry, Land Surveyor, Plumed Pegasus, Wall of Air, Cloud Spirit, Coral Reef Kelpie, Sea Serpent, Heat Ray, Wall of Fire, Grapple Shot, and Autumn River. So there's another one of our seasonal rivers. Whirling Blades of Vicious Vortex of Exceptional Magic, Skirmishers of Mu, Buried Treasure. X marks the spot for these exceptional relics. If cast, conjure this under an allied land site of an opponent's choice. When it's carried to the surface, its controller sacrifices it and draw 2 cards. So your opponent gets to put it somewhere, then you've got to go burrow underground to get it out and draw 2 cards. Is that worth it for 3? And then you have to jump through hoops? I feel like I want to draw 3 cards. And we got a Crusade. We summon Earth minions to affected sites. Allied Earth minions occupying affected sites have +1 power. I don't know the rules on what are the affected sites. So I guess an aura you would put onto a land, but do you affect the orthogonally adjacent sites or all of the diagonally ones as well? So is it affecting 9 total or like 5 total? Because I assume the site where it is, or do you put it in the corner? It might be it. You put it in the corner of 4 sites and you're actually controlling those or affecting those 4 sites. That might be it. I'm not sure. We got Velmont Longbowmen, Deep Sea Mermaids, Porcupine Pufferfish, Cave Trolls, Scarecrow, Bury, Overpower, Heat Ray, Common Sense, Disenchant, the Gothic Tower. Genesis, if this is the only Gothic Tower you control, gain an extra mana this turn. All right, so if you can do it 1 time. Another Undertow, Phantasmal Shade, Minecart Madness, sounds like an app game, and the Death Speaker. Oh, I haven't seen this guy before. You may cast 1 dead minion each turn, and for 0 if you're on death's door. Whenever you summon a minion this way, banish it. So basically that has to have a Genesis ability or trigger something, because otherwise, what's the point? So you can summon someone from the dead, but then they leave immediately. So you better be triggering something when they come out. They're gone right away after that. Still a cool ability and really cool artwork. Next up, Sandworm, Critical Strike, Sirocco Scorpions. Am I still on camera? I can't actually see the camera, so I have to guess. I can kind of see it if I crane my neck. Wicker Mannequin, Firebolts, Blood Ravens. Ooh, a foil Arid Desert. So this is the first foil we've seen other than the box topper. Genesis deal damage to each minion atop a nearby site. Still ordinary. Oh, but it's got a nice texture on the text there. It's like a raised effect on the text. Exorcism, Bone Rabble, Beast of Burden, a Spring River, an Oasis, Fire and Water. Ooh, really cool picture there too. A Step. Oh, 2 in 1 pack. Earth and Fire. Mariner's Curse, an exceptional aura of wrongs not forgiven. And a Riddle Sphinx. An Elite Sphinx proffers perplexity. 6 cost, 4 power. Airborne. Genesis, look at your topmost spell. You may put it on the bottom of your spell book. Then an opponent may exchange your top and bottommost spells. Draw a card. So you basically will play a little bluffing game, but you get to draw a card. So at the very least, you're drawing a card. It may or may not be the one you wanted. And it costs 6 for 4 power. Airborne. Seems pretty good. And I should probably just go ahead and put that foil into a sleeve because it seems like they are not coming out very commonly. Maybe I'll do these. The avatars? I don't know. They're not unique. They're specifically avatars. Don't know if they're common. I mean, these are all elites, so these are like the rare slot, but I don't know how rare is rare. I'll sleeve the avatars and keep moving. Got Vile Imp, Beast of Burden, Tufted Turtles, Blizzard, Wicker Mannequin, Unravel, Wild Boars, Firebolts, Midnight Rogue, Blood Ravens, Dark Tower, Giant Shark. Submerge and waterbound whenever another unit enters or moves between sites in this body of water. Giant Shark moves to that unit to fight it. Wow. Anywhere you go in the water, the shark is there. That's really cool. Guile Sirens, Wind Blast, and a Panorama Manticore. Airborne and lethal, 5 cost, 5 power. At the end of your turn, if you cast a non-fire spell this turn, untap it. Ooh, he wants you to play multiple elements. I like that. Pack starts with a Grapple Shot, Rain of Arrows, going too far off the edge, Drown, Mage Slayer, Scarecrow, Bury, Plumed Pegasus, Cave Trolls, Wall of Air, Cloud Spirit, a Rustic Village, one of the starter places, House Arn Bannerman, Host Eagle, Upwelling, and Polar Explorers. Allied units here can move as if the top and bottom edges of the realm were connected. This is Elite Mortals. Oh, so they help guide you. They guide your other units across the icy edges of the board. Very interesting. Bosk Troll, pretty cool looking. Just 2 cost for 3 power. Nice. Miracle Workers, Palabury Bats, Rimland Nomads, Dispel, Amazon Warriors, Extinguish, Mortality, Teleport, Scent Hounds, a what? Remote Desert. Oh. Remote Desert, Flaming Sword. Bear has +1 power and it strikes, splash, full damage to each other enemy at a struck unit's location. Very cool. Tide Naiads, Buried Treasure again, and an East-West Dragon. 5 cost for 4 power. Airborne, moves freely sideways. So you can fly back and forth with no cost of movement. You don't have to tap him to move that way. Makes him very mobile. A Boil, Mortality, Teleport, Centowns, Highland Clansmen, Scourge Zombies, a Foil Coral Reef Kelpie, very pretty again, Sea Serpent, Ogre Goons, Wall of Fire, A Humble Village. Tragedy Worrywart. Units nearby take no damage from magic spells. Shield Wall. What is that? Gnome Hollows. Units with 3 or more power can't enter this site. They're too big. And a Magellan Globe. Opposite edges of the realm are connected, just straight up for everybody. And sleeve this Kelpie before digging into the next pack. All right, Spin Attack. Cauldron Crones. Oh, the crones are like in the background. I was like, where are the crones? But there's like a cauldron, and then there's like, I see 2 people, looks like they're made of fire. Ordinary mortals brewing with ill intent. They look like fire people, not ordinary mortals, but okay. Lightning Bolt. Dead of Night Demon. Sandstorm. Sacred Scarabs. Foil Drums of Doom. And this is a foil elite. So this is foil rare. Damage dealt to minions nearby is lethal. Very nice. Grapple Shot. Mage Slayer. Bosk Troll. A Red Desert. That's still ordinary. The Lighthouse is exceptional. Oh, and this is water and air. Nice. So we're getting the full set of these exceptional sites. And Albaspine Pikemen, Ormond Harpooners, and a Mask of Mayhem, elite armor in the midst of a mad melee. Whenever a nearby minion can attack, it must. Nearby strikes deal double damage. That's probably a little redundant, isn't it? We had both of these at the same time. Double damage is basically the same as lethal, right? Let's sleeve up our foil Drums of Doom. Can join this little sleeve pile. I want to get blown away by something. I mean, these are all beautiful cards, all awesome looking, but I want to get like something that just excites me as soon as I look at it. Wall of Air, Land Surveyor, Cloud Spirit, Dispel. I don't know what that would be necessarily. Coral Reef Kelpie, Amazon Warriors, Miracle Workers, Fade, Vile Imp, Tufted Turtles. You know what? It might have been the Enchantress. Got pretty excited about the Enchantress. If I got a foil Enchantress, that would get me pretty excited. I don't know if it's good, but it's the kind of thing I would want to do. Monastery Gargoyle, a Poisonous Dagger, an Accursed Albatross, and Captain Baldassare. A unique mortal of seafaring infamy. Whenever Captain Baldassare attacks a unit or site, the defending player discards the topmost 3 spells. You may cast each of them once this turn, ignoring threshold requirements. Whenever he attacks a unit or site. That seems really, really good. And he's unique. So unique is rarer than elite. So I'm going to go ahead and sleeve him as well. And I wasn't looking at the camera, so just to make sure we got him on the camera. If you need to pause that and read it or something. Very nice. This is our 1/3 mark, the 13th pack. So that's going to make it the luckiest one, right? Or is that unlucky? Incinerate. Extinguish. Aramos Mercenaries. Boil. Mortality. Muck Lampreys. It's a new one. Blizzard. Riptide. Overpower. Heat Ray. Spring River, Phantasmal Shade, Minecart Madness, Fey Changeling, maybe summon to any site. You return a minion here to its owner's hand, so it replaces somebody. And Gigantism. 4 cost, unique magic of sheer strength, give an allied unit +6 power this turn. You can hit pretty hard. And sleeve that again because it's unique. I didn't miss a unique, did I? I don't actually know if that makes them... Oh, this is a unique, the Crusade. I don't know if that makes them any special valuable. I think they're slightly more rare, at least. Next up is Ice Lance, Sea Serpent, Miracle Workers, Fade, Sandworm, Petrosian Cavalry, Pirate Ship, Critical Strike, Snow Leopard. Ooh, I like Snow Leopard. Seen this one before, so I'm not going to get excited, but if I hadn't seen it before, I probably would have been excited. I don't know if it's good. It's ordinary. 1 cost for 2 power, but I like cats. Sirocco Scorpions, Autumn River, a Waypoint Portal. Choose 2 different sites. This turn, units can move between them. Ooh, that sounds fun. Spellbog Frogman can leap entirely over adjacent sites in one step. Hillock Basilisk and Candlemas Monks. An elite mortal. Deathrite, proceed to the end phase. If you kill them, the turn is over. Interesting. All right, and they are elite as well. So put them in a sleeve. So I wonder if you use that as a blocking maneuver. So like if you put them near something you don't want your opponent to attack, and if they do, you block with the monks, they die, your opponent's turn is over. Something like that. Hopefully I got the rules right at the very least, if not the strategy of how to use them. All right, Bosk Troll, Bone Rabble, Beast of Burden, Fenvale Muse. Haven't seen her yet. She's a spellcaster. Whenever she casts a spell, you may trigger the genesis of a nearby river. That sounds pretty good. Snow Leopard, Unravel, Wild Boars, Midnight Rogue, Pit Vipers, Polar Bears, Lone Tower, Leap Attack, Ruins. Got another Fire and Air, Chain Lightning, and a Seasoned Sellsword. Another elite. I don't want to run out of sleeves. Avatars nearby have discard a card, gain control of her. Oh, so there's a control effect. But that's why she's a 2-cost with 4 power. But if you send her after your opponent's avatar, they'll just hire her by discarding a card. I mean, you might get one hit in, but then Ogre Goons, Disenchant, Exorcism, Spectral Stalker. And I just realized with my editing, it's probably going to say they'll get one hit in and then Ogre Goons. But, you know, that's the magic of editing. Turn sentences into nonsense. Spectral Stalker, Land Surveyor, Bury, Plumed Pegasus, Coral Reef Kelpie, Incinerate, Aramos Mercenaries, a Rustic Village, Awakened Mummies, Whirling Blades, Skirmishers of Mu, and Mix Terra. Elite Potion and Loamy Libation. Sacrifice it. This turn, the bearer's next Earth spell requires no threshold and costs 3 less. Okay, so it costs 1 and it gives you 3, so that's nice. The Earth threshold going away, or specifically it's an Earth spell that loses all threshold requirements. So you could play this in a deck where you don't have Earth, but you want to splash something earthy, or you could just use it in an Earth deck regardless and just take advantage of the 3 cost reduction. So I wonder how people want to use that card. Seems interesting. And if they ever make, I don't think they have yet, but if they ever make multi-threshold cards, like cards that require 2 different colors of threshold, 2 different elements, theoretically, you could be an Earth spell that has fire threshold, for example, and this would reduce all the threshold requirements. So that could be interesting too. Minor Explosion, Teleport, Scent Hounds, Highland Clansman, Scourge Zombies, Spin Attack, Common Sense, Spectral Stalker, Ice Lance, Sea Serpent, Gothic Tower, Moon Clan Werewolf, Call to War, Lighthouse again, nice, and Plague of Frogs. Oh, here we go. Unique magic in its most annoying form, summon 7 frogs. Okay, I'm happy. I like that. No more chilling a sound than a congress of croaks and the splitter splatter of slimy feet. And I really like that picture of just frogs piled on each other. Yep, I'm pretty happy with the Plague of Frogs. That makes me happy. And that is unique, and Sellsword is not unique. She's losing her, I think I got my uniques and elites mixed up for a little bit. Yeah, the monks and the Sellsword are losing their sleeve status because they're elites, not uniques. I think they both have the same maximum of 1 per deck, but the uniques are rarer, if I recall correctly. I invite you to correct me or give me additional clarity on anything that I'm not making sense about. Rain of Arrows, Alvaline Dryads, Drown, Azure Ridge Caravan, Wall of Air, Muck Lampreys, Minor Explosion, Cloud Spirit, Fire Harpoons, Swamp Buffalo, an Arid Desert, Buried Treasure, Frost Nova, Clamor of Harpies, and Devil's Egg. An elite relic of Diabolical Affliction. At the end of each turn, the controller of Devil's Egg's site loses a life. So you just put this egg on if your opponent kind of expanded too far or something, They let their sites creep across the edge of the map. You drop a devil's egg, and now they have to come pick it up or move it or something to avoid taking 1 damage every turn. Gonna punish them for placing their sites sloppily. We got another Palaburi Bats, Rimland Nomads, Entangled Terrain, Apprentice Wizard. Oh, I haven't seen this one yet. I mean, I've seen it online, but 3 cost Spellcaster Genesis, draw a spell. Seems good. Blood Ravens, Midnight Rogue, Sedge Crabs, Grey Wolves, Pit Vipers, Polar Bears, a Remote Desert. That was a regular Fire Site, Cave-In, a Free City. Exceptional Site kneels before none. Once per turn, you may attack or defend against enemy units here. Oh, the site can attack or defend. And it has 3 power, so a site with power. A Pudge Butcher and Chaos Twister. Elite magic of Orbital Dexterity. Place target minion on the back of your hand, then blow it off from a height of at least 1 foot. Deal damage equal to its power to each unit atop the site it lands on, including itself. That's a fun one. Gonna have strong lungs to blow a sleeved card, though, I think. We got Vile Imp, Bone Rabble, Beast of Burden, Fenvale Muse, Sleep. Very pretty. Roaming Monster, Land Surveyor, Coral Reef Kelpie, Incinerate, Aramos Mercenaries, Dark Tower. What? Nizingnath Gnomes? Niznath Gnomes? Burrowing at the end of your turn, Niznath Gnomes may burrow. Awakened Mummies, Whirling Blades, and a Mix Aqua. So same thing as the Mix Terra, but this time for water. I really like this picture too. If they ever do multi-element cards, these mix potions could be pretty powerful. Because if you put 2 potions into 1 spell, you could reduce its cost significantly. Like if I had a fire and earth, or water and earth spell, that could use 2 potions and reduce its cost by 6. Play it on turn 3 or something like that. Roaming Monster, Land Surveyor, Coral Reef Kelpie, Incinerate, Aramos Mercenaries, Muck Lampreys, Rain of Arrows. That's the most scary type of rain. Drown, Miracle Workers, Drown? Can't do that. Can you do that? Put 2 drowns in the same pack? Wow. Humble Village, an Aqueduct. Ooh, earth and water. Nice. We got a Secret Tunnel. Burrowed allies can move as if this were adjacent to your other sites. Burrowed allies can move as if this were adjacent to your other site. So wherever you put the tunnel, anybody can move to and from it. Oh, if they're burrowed only, though. Nice. Quarrelsome Kobolds and Hounds of Onderos. 5 costs, 4 power. Airborne, Burrowing, Submerge, Voidwalk. They go anywhere. Nearby enemies permanently lose stealth. They go anywhere and they see anything. Nowhere is safe from these elite beasts. Next up, Minor Explosion, Fire Harpoons, Swamp Buffalo, Petrosian Cavalry, Pirate Ship, Snow Leopard, Miracle Workers, Fade, Vile Imp, Fade. Doing that again? Doubling them up. A Red Desert, a Kite Archer. I don't know why they want to shoot people's kites. That's really rude. Usually kids are the ones flying kites. So the fact that you would shoot down at kids, they're just out playing with their toys and you're just going to shoot arrows at them. It's extremely rude. Holy Ground. Genesis, each nearby avatar heals 3. A Monster Hunter. Genesis, kill nearby monster. And a Ghost Ship. Elite Spirits sail Undying Seas. Voidwalk. Whenever a ghost ship enters the site from the void, you may summon a spirit from any cemetery to its location. It's pretty powerful. Seems cool. Be fun to build a deck around that. Next up, a Grapple Shot, a Mage Slayer, a Drown, a Bosk Troll, a Wall of Air, Coral Reef Kelpie. I think that's the one I got the most of, seems like. Incinerate, Cloud Spirit, Aramos Mercenaries, Muck Lampreys, a Humble Village, Tragedy Worrywart, a Lighthouse again, Shield Wall, and Unland Angler, an elite beast, lurks and lures. Yeah, I won't complain about getting a bunch of lighthouses. Not sure which pairing I would prefer to pick the most of, but I think any of those dual sites is going to be, the dual element sites, be happy to have those. Next up, Sedge Crabs, Grey Wolves, Mad Dash, Old Salt Anchorman, Border Militia, a Ral Dromedary, and a foil ordinary. Ordinary mortals fight for a price. You may discard a random card rather than pay its mana cost. 3 for a 3. Rain of Arrows, Fenvale Muse, Drown. Gothic Tower, Phase Assassin, Voidwalk. Whenever it enters the void, he gains stealth. An exceptional mortal fades into nothingness. Cave In. Another free city, and Disintegrate. Elite magic of utter annihilation. Banish target minion nearby, and everything it carries. All right, it's not fooling around. Let's leave up our foil, but I'm going to put it on the bottom because I like the frogs. This is our penultimate pack of part 2. Starting off with Cauldron Crones, Lightning Bolt, Fire Harpoons, Swamp Buffalo, Petrosian Cavalry, Pirate Ship, Wall of Fire, Mage Slayer, Azurridge Caravan, Bosk Troll, a Rustic Village, another Oasis, nice. Another Flood. Oh, this is something else. Once on your turn, you may flood an adjacent site this turn. Seems good. Step. Or do we got another duel? Fire and Earth. And Eric's Curiosa. Rip Eric's Curiosa to pieces, draw a card from your collection. Well, it's unique. I don't see myself ripping it, but I'll go ahead and put it in a sleeve, which is like the opposite of ripping it. And pack number 26 kicks off with a Sleep, Roaming Monster, Land Surveyor, Coral Reef Kelpie, Incinerate, Aramos Mercenaries. Ooh, wow. Wow. I'm not big on dragons, but foil dragon, that's got to be exciting. That's pretty cool. 7 cost, 6 power, an elite dragon of breathtaking majesty. I continue to breathe throughout, but I see what they're saying. Airborne, tap, deal 4 damage to each other unit at target location nearby. Very cool. Wall of Ice, Halberry Bats, Rimland Nomads, a Rustic Village, a Windmill. Oh, did I get one of these yet? Earth and Air. I don't think I got that one yet. Another duel. Lucky Charm, an exceptional relic of Benison and Boon. Bearer's controller has, whenever you do something at random, you may do it in an extra time and choose one of the outcomes. Fun. I like that effect. Torchhammer Trinket. And a Polymorph, another frog. Elite magic of Transmogrification. Oh, nope, Transfrogrification. Transform target nearby minion into a frog token. I like it. Fan of the frogifying things. Sleeve our dragon that gets the top stack spot. 13 more packs to go. First up, Alvalin Dryads, Azurridge Caravan, Fade, Bosk Troll, Grey Wolves, Mad Dash, Dead of Night Demon, Old Salt Anchorman, Border Militia, Ral Dromedary, an Autumn River, a Geyser. This turn, flood target site and give each minion their airborne. Draw a card. Okay. Shooting them up into the sky. Got a Slumbering Giantess. Genesis, fall asleep. Slumbering Giantess is disabled until hurt, but she's 3 cost for 5 power. So you could even use one of your own cards to poke her a little bit, wake her up. Sling Pixies. Oh, I like this one. 1 cost, 1 power, airborne and ranged. Takes no damage from units with 4 or more power. And another Unland Angler. All right, next pack starts with a Heat Ray, an Exorcism, Rain of Arrows, Drown, Cauldron Crones, Lightning Bolt, Sandstorm, Sacred Scarabs, Sandworm, Cave Trolls, a Simple Village, a Wayfaring Pilgrim, Divine Healing, you gain 7 life, Tring Constrictor, an exceptional beast with a crushing embrace, and a Meteor Shower. Ooh, I like these little grids when they put these on the cards. Let's see. 9 cost, elite magic of otherworldly destruction. Target 3 sites that share no borders. Deal damage to each unit of top sites in each area of effect. So you get 1 big meteor, 1 medium meteor, and 1 small meteor. I like it. Very cool. Next up, Avalon Dryads, Azure Ridge Caravan, Ogre Goons, Ice Lance, Grey Wolves, Mad Dash, Cave Trolls, Salt Anchorman, Border Militia, Scarecrow, and Autumn River. A Flood, a Raise Dead. Oh, I haven't read Raise Dead. Summon a random dead minion. A random. Interesting. I like it. Font of Life, and another Meteor Shower back to back. All right. Next up, Miracle Workers, Common Sense, Disenchant, Spectral Stalker, Critical Strike, Sirocco Scorpions, Wicker Mannequin, Firebolts, Blood Ravens. I don't see a raven, I just see an eye. Very weird. Sedge Crabs, I mean, there's like a silhouette reflection of a raven in the eye, but that doesn't count. Sedge Crabs, Arid Desert, Monastery Gargoyle, Fireball, Cone of Flame, we got another little grid there, nice. And a payload Trebuchet. An elite weapon flings aught far and wide. Tap bear and another ally here. Discard a card. Deal damage equal to the discarded card's mana cost to each unit at target location up to 3 steps away. I'm going to start just throwing Meteor Shower spells rather than the meteors themselves. Let's split this into 2 stacks. All right. Exorcism. Sea Serpent. Wall of Fire. Rain of Arrows. Bury. Raw Dromedary. Sleep. Roaming Monster. Land Surveyor, Plumed Pegasus, a Dark Tower, Peregrine Apparition, cool looking, 3 cost, 1 power only, but his movement +3, also has Voidwalk and Airborne. So it's weak, but it really knows how to get around. A Brobdingnad Bullfrog, Outback Strider, and another Trebuchet. Interesting, just back to back on these rares. We got back to backs, commons in the same pack a couple times, and now we got back-to-back rares back-to-back. It was back-to-back, wasn't it? Meteor Shower, Trebuchet, Trebuchet. We're going to go for a third pair in a row. Spin Attack. Ooh, Foil Exceptional Relic. That gathers no moss. 4 costs. Units here have tap, give Rolling Boulder a push. It rolls as far as possible and deals 4 damage to each other unit along its path. Cool effect. Wall of Ice. Miracle Workers. Fade. Arid Desert, Gnomes, Awakened Mummies, Sunken Treasure, Silver Valkyries, Coral Reef. Oh, this one's kind of mixed up. Kelpies, Highland Clansmen, Scourge Zombies, Incinerate, and Eremos Mercenaries. Was one of those? Well, the Awakened are exceptional, the Gnomes are exceptional, and the Valkyries were elite. Airborne, and at the end of your turn, untap all allies here. 6 cost for 4. Sleeve up my boulder and send it to the bottom. Next, we got Mortality, Snow Leopard, Unravel, Teleport, Scenthounds, Wild Boars, Bone Rabble, Beast of Burden, Fenvale Muse, Wall of Ice, a Remote Desert, a Shifting Sands. Genesis, reactivate the Genesis abilities of your nearby deserts. Ooh, seems like it could be good. Another Free City. Oh, this was exceptional. A Secret Tunnel, 3 exceptional sites in a row. An exceptional site of subterranean passage. Burrowed allies can move as if there were adjacent. Oh yeah, we did that one. And a Narcotic Manuscript, a unique document of transmundane madness. The bearer has tap, reveal your topmost spell, and draw it. Bearer takes damage equal to that card's cost. Ooh, could be risky, but you get extra spells. Put it on somebody with high power. Maybe they can take it. I like it. Unique means it's in a sleeve. And we got a Pirate Ship, Lightning Bolt, Dead of Night Demon, Sandstorm, Snow Leopard, Sacred Scarabs, Apprentice Wizard, Common Sense, Disenchant, Avalon Dryads, a Spring River, a Blaze, a Cornerstone, an exceptional site and fundament of the firmament. You may play this site to one of your corners. So I guess my corners are the ones on my side of the map, and I would do that skipping, like I don't have to play adjacent to any of my current sites, I suppose is what it's saying. So I can kind of spread out to the corners more quickly, but that's not super relevant unless I Void Walk, I think. Interesting at the very least. A Mountain Pass. Minions can't enter the site on the ground if there's already a minion atop. It's very narrow. And Cloud City. Unique sight, aloft and ever fleeting. 3 air. Once in your turn, this sight may fly to a nearby void. With a sight can move around. Very cool. That's another unique. Destined for a sleeve. 5 more packs to go. Let's see if we can beat the foil Ancient Dragon. Got a Highland Clansman. Scourge Zombies. Oh, foil Candlemass Monks. So we got the monks again. This time as a foil. This is an elite, so another elite rare. Oh, I didn't get a unique rare though. Entangled Terrain, Bone Rabble, Beast of Burden, Men of Lang, Remote Desert, kind of rotated around there. Smokestacks of Knack, unique site of Industrialized Evil. Other nearby sites lose their abilities. Very rude. Teleport. Well, this is unique. This is ordinary. Do we mix up our order again? Swamp Buffalo, Scent Hounds. To check the tapes on that one, I don't think I got any exceptionals out of that pack. But I got this unique and a foil elite. They can both go in a sleeve. 4 more to go. Got Disenchant, Spectral Stalker, Men of Lang, Blink, one of my favorite X-Men characters. Wicker Mannequin, Firebolts, Blood Ravens, Deep Sea Mermaids, Sedge Crabs, Porcupine Pufferfish, Arid Desert, an Updraft Ridge, Quagmire, Mudflow, and Mordic Druids. 2 cost, 1 power, Elite Mortals of Primordial Vengeance, Spellcaster. Whenever you lose life due to an undefended attack nearby, the attacker's controller also loses that much life. Well, they are vengeful, huh? Next up, we got Riptide, Blink again, Ogre Goons, Overpower, Teleport, kind of like Blink, Scent Hounds, Boil, Highland Clansman, Scourge Zombies, Spin Attack, a Lone Tower, an Unland Eel, Frontier Settlers, True Sight Crossbow, and another Mordic Druids. All right, we're going back to backs again. We had a little break, but we're back to back. We're back to back to back. Penultimate pack has Muck Lampreys, Minor Explosion, Fire Harpoons, Swamp Buffalo, Amazon Warriors, Extinguish. Ooh, Foil Blink. It's just ordinary, but one of my favorites mostly for the title. An ally teleports to a location, it's nearby, draw a card. I like it. Entangled Terrain, Miracle Workers, Hallaberry Bats, Remote Desert, Shifting Sands, Shield Maidens, Lava Salamander. Oh, that's new. 2 cost, 1 power. An exceptional beast with a fiery temper. Fire Spellcaster is nice. Takes no damage from fire spell. It's also nice. And a Mega Amoeba. Oh, I like this guy. An elite monster engulfs the realm. Sleeve up my Blink. I'm going to put that on top, actually. And last pack. Here we go. Let's get in something exciting. Close it off strong. Or, I mean, you know, if we don't, then we don't. Boil. Trojan Cavalry. Pirate Ship. Mortality. Snow Leopard. Teleport. Oop, Foil Cloud Spirit. All right. Another ordinary foil, but our final pack has something to offer. A Rimland Nomads, Entangled Terrain, Fade, a Summer River, an Iceberg, an exceptional sight of Imperious Majesty. Minions occupying nearby sites can't submerge or surface because there's ice in the way, and they can't break it. Got a Marine Voyage, another Cornerstone, and finally, last card of the box, a Gross Poltergeist, an Elite Spirit and Ghost in the Shell. 3 cost, 1 power, tap until Gross Poltergeist leaves the realm. Gain control of a nearby artifact and animate it. It's an automaton with power equal to its cost and has its own bearer abilities. Until it leaves the realm, gain control of a nearby artifact and animate. So you got to play this guy, you got to wait, and then you can animate an artifact. You probably want to animate your opponents because then you get to steal something. But animating your own is not bad because you get a guy. The power is equal to its cost, which could be pretty good. So I think with the right artifact you build around this, it could be pretty good. So there you go. Sleeve our Cloud Spirit. Still had a few sleeves to spare. We'll go through our hits stack here. We got the Elite, Candlemass, Monks, Cloud Spirit, Blink, the Drums of Doom, Coral Reef Kelpie, an Arid Desert, Eremos Mercenaries, Rolling Boulder, and of course the Ancient Dragon. I don't know how many foils normally come in these boxes. No foil uniques though. Got a couple avatars, the Death Speaker and the Enchantress. And then for unique cards, we got the Smokestacks of Knack, the Narcotic Manuscript, the Cloud City, Eric's Curiosa, Captain Baldassare, Gigantism, Crusade, and of course, the Plague of Frogs. So I got some cool stuff, some things that I really like the theme and picture on. I have no idea about the cost or prices on some of these, but I would have to guess the Ancient Dragon is at the top of that list. Those dual sights will probably age pretty well. Got a nice chunk of those. Let me know what you think in the comments. I would like to do some gameplay videos of Sorcery, but I'm gonna have to adjust the precons with some of the packs that I've opened and whatnot. I did Grand Archive a while back and still haven't gotten around to playing those because putting the decks together just takes time that I haven't set aside for such things, but I do want to. So stay tuned. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing, and bye.